What's up guys, it's WoodgenTV here. Today I've got a really good video for you guys. We're going to be covering the damage boosters. Now I'm not going to be talking about every damage boosting item in the game, I'm just talking about the consumable damage boosting items. Things like DeamonDrug and Mite Pill. I'm also going to be showing you if these items stack with each other. I have some really good information about that also. But on top of that, I'm also going to be covering the damage boosts given to you by food. So the attack up, small through large. I do believe that all of this information is really important for anybody trying to maximize their damage potential. But before we get started, I'm going to be going over my testing procedure. Now normally on this channel I bring you through every single test that I do, to prove to you that I'm getting all of my numbers correct. But in this specific video, there is so much to cover that I'm only going to be showing you this one time, and later I'm going to be talking about my results. So here's how I tested these items. I loaded up the testing area with no armor and no charms on, to make sure that the only attack boosting item was the consumable itself, not anything else. As a side note, testing these items on this training log was not as easy as I thought it was going to be. There was this weird phenomenon that would happen every once in a while, where I would get a few extra points of damage for no reason at all. Like right here, when I do a basic power attack and it does 87 damage, and then I do that exact same power attack again and it does 89 damage. I have no idea what is going on here, but I do have a theory. I concluded that this training log has two different damage resistances. There is one that takes up the entire top and bottom of the log, and then right here in the middle, it looks like there's a different damage resistance. Now I wasn't able to prove this consistently, but that's what I'm going with right now. So I adopted a different way of attacking this log. I decided to run off these mushrooms, jump in the air, charge my greatsword twice, and then strike. This gave me the most consistent way of getting damage. Pretty goofy, I know, but that's how I did it. Alright, so let's jump into my results. Alright, the first thing that I tested was DeamonDrug. It is a drinkable potion that boosts your damage by 3%. A fairly modest gain, but as you can see here, it stacks with almost everything else in the game. That includes food, Mite Pills, Demon Powder, and Mite Seeds. Also, very importantly, this lasts until you faint, or until you finish the mission. So that 3% damage can actually add up to quite a bit over the course of an entire battle. Alright, that's DeamonDrug. Now let's talk about its big brother, Mega DeamonDrug. Now, Mega DeamonDrug is the exact same drinkable potion, but this time it does plus 4% damage. So honestly, not that much more than DeamonDrug, but it is a small boost. Also, this potion stacks with everything else again, and it lasts until you faint. But do know that these potions do not stack with each other, so never take a DeamonDrug and then take a Mega DeamonDrug on top of it. It gives you nothing but the Mega DeamonDrug bonus. Now, I would recommend using these two potions the moment when you come into the arena. Since they last until you faint, there is no reason not to pop these right at the beginning of a fight. So next up is Mite Seed. So this is an item that only takes about a second to activate because it is a seed and can be taken quickly. And as you can see, it stacks with all food, DeamonDrug, and Demon Powder, but notably it does not stack with Mite Pill. I'll be talking about that later in the video. Also, very importantly, this only lasts 3 minutes. So how I end up using this item is by popping one of these each time I enter an area with a monster that I want to slay. So as soon as I spot a monster, I'll pop one of these, or after it runs off, right before I get into the new area, I'll pop another one of these. So think of this like a before battle item. Alright, so next up is Demon Powder. Now this is one of my favorite items in the game. Now this is an item that you'll want to bring along with you to fight the high level monsters, especially if you have friends. That is because Demon Powder does 9% extra damage, which to note is more than double the Mega DeamonDrug. Also, more importantly, it stacks with everything again. The food, the Mite Pills, the Mite Seeds, and the DeamonDrug. Again, this one lasts 3 minutes, so again, I would activate this before every arena, or when you have a lull in the fight when you can reactivate. But the caveat with the Demon Powder is that you should be next to a friend when you activate it, because this is an AoE attack boosting item. So make sure to get in close with your friends, and make sure your palicos are there also. Like I said, this is one of my favorite items in the game. Alright, last but certainly not least, let's talk about the Mite Pill. Now this one does a fairly substantial 13% extra damage, which is higher than any of the previous items by quite a bit. Again, this stacks with everything except the Mite Seed, but very, very importantly with this item, It only lasts 20 seconds. 20 seconds is extremely short, so this is going to be a very situational item. I honestly think that the best way to use this item is to wait until your target is sleeping. Then you can casually roll up on it and then charge up a huge attack right on its head. But alternatively, you can use this pill during an opening. That is when the monster is stunned or on its back. Since this is a pill, you can quickly take it and then do damage. This is risky though, because some of these periods can be very short, and if you're fumbling around trying to find it in your inventory, then you can lose precious seconds. So if you're going to use this tactic, make sure to be ready. But because of that huge 13% extra damage, you'll be glad you did. Alright, so next up I have the food items. I'm going to start off with Attack Up Small. It does an extra 3% damage. Fairly small, but exactly the same as a normal DeamonDrug. Like you saw before, it stacks with everything, and this one lasts until you faint. Next up, we have Attack Up Medium. It does an extra 6% damage and is exactly the same as small. It stacks with everything and lasts until you faint. And finally, the Attack Up Large boost gives you an extra 8% damage. Stacks with everything and lasts until you faint. Now obviously, I would recommend eating before every battle, and as you can see with these numbers, there's a fairly decent amount of extra damage you can get with these boosts. I would recommend finding an Attack Up meal and then stacking all of these other items on top of it to get your maximum damage potential. Alright, so that's all I have on damage boosters. I hope everybody enjoyed the video and learned something. I think I'm going to be making the same video but defensive items next. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and if you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe. I have new Monster Hunter content coming out all the time. Also, make sure to follow me on Twitter. It's the best place for me to keep in contact with you guys. Anyway, this has been Widgeon TV. Thanks for watching, guys.